In the meantime, there's a new news network launching tomorrow, Al Jazeera. Its counterpart overseas under fire in the past. Some charge that it gave a voice to terrorists when it received and then aired taped messages from Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda after the attacks of 9/11. Also, AJA might face an uphill battle trying to change public perception of its programming here in the U.S. Let's talk about it with our Fox News Watch panel. Jim Pinkerton, the contributing editor and writer for the American Conservative magazine. Alan Colmes is the host of the Alan Colmes Show and the author of Thank the Liberals for Saving America. Both are Fox News contributors. Jim, originally when this thing was envisioned, it was going to be heavily skewed toward, well, not heavily, but it was going to be about 60% domestic news, 40% overseas news. Now they're saying this is going to be mostly a domestic domestic coverage television channel from Al Jazeera. Do they stand a chance?
Well, it's a big cable world, and they have a lot of money. They've hired a ton of people here in New York and in Washington, and so I don't think they really care, frankly, what their ratings are. The government of Qatar long ago decided with Al Jazeera International they just wanted to be a player in the media by spending a fortune, and they've done that. And I think we'll have to see what they have put on the air, but I suspect it'll be around for a long time, even if nobody watches.
Well, and nobody's watching current TV right now. They had about 24,000 viewers in prime time the last I checked. That's the channel that is going to become Al Jazeera. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, I have more people than that in my building. I believe in free speech, and I also believe in the free market. People will either watch it or not. If they can fund it forever because they want a presence in America, that's fine. If we're afraid of what they might say, that's too bad, but let the marketplace decide and let free speech reign. Yeah,
they are giving a lot of jobs to journalists from, other networks, a lot of famous names who are on, shows like Good Morning America and NBC Nightly News. They're going to be anchoring for Al Jazeera. That's a good thing, right, Alan?
Well, don't you believe in employment? I mean,
I do.
We might be both going over there at some point, John. You never know. I mean, this is a shaky business. We could go over there together at some point, possibly need a job.
Have you gotten an email from them?
They have not made an offer yet. No.
Okay, well, they haven't done that for me either. But what about the editorial side of it, Jim? I mean, Al Jazeera, many people saw it as a mouthpiece for Osama bin Laden because that was the channel that regularly aired his diatribes right after 9/11.
Well, I think there's something to that, but look, they're an Arab news channel, and let's face it, many, if not most, Arabs probably support what bin Laden was trying to do in terms of killing Americans and so on. The polls certainly, from the Pew Center, certainly show that. Look, they cover stuff. I give them credit on this when it's been stories like Egypt and Syria. I find myself watching. I'm under no illusions as to their bias, but they spend real money to put real reporters into hot zones and cover them, and they do it for hours on end. There's a value to it. I believe in the we report, you decide syndrome or philosophy. So therefore, I like to think that as I'm watching their footage, I'm thinking, okay, this could be it probably is biased. However, I still want to see it.
But, if they are going to focus primarily on domestic news in this country, Alan, are they going to be serving that same kind of niche that Jim likes, putting people in trouble spots?
Well, Jim may not be the typical viewer of Al Jazeera, as far as I can tell, but why not have another voice? Why not see? First of all, we don't know what their editorial policy is yet. They haven't hit the air yet till tomorrow. And wouldn't it be healthy and helpful for us to see, in fact, what another take on domestic news might be? I think it's educational and informative to understand maybe a different point of view.
All right.
And John, they couldn't possibly be more anti-American than RT.
There is
the Russian TV channel.
They also had a flood in their building, unfortunately. We hope that hasn't affected their plans to get on the air, but the hotel where their newsroom is headquartered had a pipe break, and that's got to be adding to the nerves over there. All right, we wish them well. Jim Pinkerton, Alan Colmes.
Thank you.